Okay, Shauna Munnelly, 181968. This is my football study skills presentation on futsal. Futsal, what is futsal? Futsal is the official form of indoor football. It is played on a hard court indoors and has a much smaller pitch compared to an 11-a-side. It can also be considered a version of 5-a-side football. Where did football originate from? Futsal was originated in Montevideo, Uruguay in 1930 by Juan Carlos Centerini. It became major in Brazil as a skill-related game. For a famous player like Pelé, he was known as the magician in 11-a-side, where he started off with football, where he gained much technical ability. Technical ability. The technical director of UEFA, using the word emphasise within this quote, suggests the importance of having technical ability on the pitch in football. Awareness and creativity. Creativity is needed to unlock defence to gain space for yourself and teammates. In futsal, due to the size of the pitch being much smaller, you don't have a lot of space, so having a football brain and compared to someone who not can cost games in a way, because if they're not anticipating where to go in a one-on-one situation or in a team situation, then it can go wrong and you can concede. 1v1 is decision making and awareness. An example of this is, say, if you're going one-on-one against someone, the decision making based on their awareness of the pitch and the space around you could be passing the ball, or if there wasn't players around you to pass the ball, to take someone on and try and have a shot on target. My data collective. 10 people carried out this investigation. The hypothesis that I made was, I think there will be more shots, more forward passes, but less fouls than in a 5-a-side game. The method, obviously, I was studying futsal and I used quantitative data to collect information based on this. My procedure was the length of game, size of pitch, and my control group, which was a normative 5v5 game. I don't know how to say this word, my paradigm?
Paradigm.
Yeah, my paradigm. During this investigation, quantitative data was used. This is an example of having a positive positivism. This is seeing everything in one reality. In futsal, this reality can change. As it's such a fast-paced game, you can never predict what's going to happen. Quantitative research is the systematic, empirical investigation of observable phenomena by stats and maths, which I've used in my findings. So in graph 1, the number of forward and backward passes made in all games. This agrees with my hypothesis and also the literature I found, as passing is vitally important in this game. Hermans and Eglar stating this provides us with research valid to the point, because they said that passing is so important and it is vital that you can make a pass in futsal. Graph 2, this is shots on target and off target and goals scored in all games. This graph also has a positive correlation to my hypothesis. From the research and the data, it promotes that both more shots on target in the first and second half of futsal is considerably more. This compared to an 11-a-side. The FA said that in futsal you receive the ball 6 times more than in any other side, which could suggest why there is more creativity in football compared to an 11-a-side. My graph 3 is on the number of corners and fouls recorded in all games. FIFA discusses that, like 11-a-side football, fouls are penalised. However, in futsal there is accumulated fouls. This means that the 6-1, being the opposing team, is given a direct free kick. Having the accumulator and comparing futsal to 5-a-side game in my graph shows that the fouls are pursued way less, and as players are aware that they could be punished. So the 5-a-side first half and second half shows that there is 5 fouls and 4 fouls in the first and second half. But this is compared to in futsal. In the first game of the first half there's no fouls, and in the first game of the second half there's only 1. The same with the second game in the first half, and then there's 2 in the second game in the second half. To conclude, it is clear that from the research I've collected and the results that have been gathered that futsal improves the technical ability of a player, the quickness of decision making and decisions of the game in general. In futsal, I think overall you can make a conclusion that having confidence on the ball is vital, as you have to face one-on-one, and you have to know how to pass it. That's it.
Okay, thank you very much. Well done.
I hate doing things like that because I can never tell